Hey, welcome to this video. This is a tutorial on how to build a basic IoT project, and we'll be using Nodemcu here. And as you can see, it's connected to an LED bulb, and a light dependent resistor is connected, and we'll be controlling it through our Android device, and we can turn it on and off, and also we can get the reading of the light dependent resistor, in real time, and it updates every single second. That's how it's programmed to. See, when I close it, you can see it's changing. So we'll be doing this project from scratch. Wait for that. Let me disconnect this. Okay. And if you're dealing with Nodemcu for the first time, I want to inform you that we are using Arduino IDE to program it, and the Arduino IDE by default it isn't compatible with Nodemcu, so there is a bunch of steps that you have to follow before you program it or proceed. So I kindly request you, if you haven't done it so far, I kindly request you to research on that and make your IDE compatible with Nodemcu. And assuming that you have done everything, now we can continue to whatever we are doing. So this project, it contains of 3 different parts. The first one is the programming the Arduino IDE. Then you can see that there is an Android app that's being controlled, that's controlling the Nodemcu. So we need to build an Android app. And third, it's all being connected to a database. So we are using Firebase database. And that can be considered as a third part. But I'm not gonna split this video into 3. I'm just gonna do all of them in just one single video. So let's go and start. The first thing, let's go and create a Firebase project. So I'm gonna go to Firebase. Click on Get Started. Okay, clicking on Add New Project. So I'm gonna rename it as IoT tutorial. Click on Continue. Until that being okay, anyways, let's wait till it's done. Okay. Alright. Now for this to work, we need a real-time database. So I'm gonna click on database and create a real-time database for our project. So I'm going to click on Start in Test Mode, and make sure you do this because both our Nodemcu and both our phone, it's both gonna edit the variables in the database. So click on Test Mode so that it can be able to edit all the data inside the database. And okay, so far so good. Now let's go to Arduino, and here you have to include the library for the Firebase database. Now I'm going to type Firebase here and click Enter. And okay, Firebase ESP8266 client. This is the library that has to be installed. So I'm using version 2.8.7. So I recommend you have this version so that you don't come across any errors or anything. But if you want to try the latest version, it's okay, you can go try it. But because I tried and I had some problem installing it, I mean, so it's up to you. Yeah, once you install it, then you have to go to examples and here click on basic. No, not basic, I'm sorry, beginner. Okay, and I'm going to save this as my desktop. Okay, just to preserve the original version. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete those parts from here. And okay, I wanna thank Swachai for creating this for creating this library and making these example codes, and it's fairly comprehensible. I mean, if you want, you can just go read everything, whatever the functions are doing. And you know, and you can see it takes you have to fill out 3 variables here: the Firebase host, Firebase authentication, the Wi-Fi SSID, and Wi-Fi password. So to get the Firebase host, we're going to project settings, and here hold on, yeah, here it is. Okay, you have to copy this part. Okay, make sure you don't copy the HTTPS part. Okay, it isn't included. So here, paste it here. And for the Firebase authentication, what you have to do is click on database secrets and show. Gotta copy that and yeah, paste it there. So for Wi-Fi AP, you can go ahead and enter whatever your Wi-Fi SSID and password. So my one, yeah, I hope it's alright. It's right. And okay, now what it does is, okay, we've completed this, and once it's connected to the Wi-Fi, now it connects us to Firebase account. So now I'm gonna go to void loop, and okay, first let me define the pins. Define LED. It's my one is connected to D0, and hash define LDR is connected to AO. I'm gonna change this to 9600, and also let me node LED input. It's supposed to be output, and this is gonna be input. And also by default, I'm gonna tell that the LED to be turned off when it starts. Okay, and Then okay, let me go step by step. Okay, and you saw that the value of the light dependent resistor, it keeps updating every single second. So here I need to start up a timer, I mean, to know that a second has passed by. So I'm gonna introduce a variable like let me say interval equals 1000. So current time equals 0 and previous time equals 0. Okay, and okay, let me come here and I'm gonna say current time equals millis, and if current time minus previous time greater equal to interval times previous time is greater equal to interval previous time equals current time, and now I'm gonna introduce another variable for the brightness. So brightness, now it's gonna read the value of the LDR. Brightness equals analog read. Okay, and you know that these variables, it's an analog value, so it contains a value between 0 and 1023. So you know, we humans, we are like used to a scale between 0 to 10 or like 0 to 100. So I'm gonna map this to this value to a scale of 0 to 100. So I'm gonna use as brightness equals map. So brightness 0 to 1023 to 0 to 100. Let's previous time equal and now it's gonna write it to the database. So if Firebase set integer Firebase data and brightness and brightness. Okay, so Firebase data. Now what this code does is it writes it to the database. So here this if clause is, if now for example if this succeeds, then you can make it to do something else. So in this blank, I'm just leaving it blank, and even you can also put an else, and also if this fails, you can make it to do something to get so that it alerts you that okay, it failed or it succeeded. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it blank. I'm not gonna make it do anything. So what this code does here is every single second it reads the data from the light dependent resistor, and it rises to the database. Now what we have to do is, okay, we came out of that, and now this is the code that listens to the LED status. So if our phone commands it to turn on, so this is the part that the code that listens to the change in the value, the change in the variable in the database. So if Firebase dot, so here I'm using bool because I'm using the data type is boolean there. Firebase data. Firebase.get bool Firebase. Let me check with it. Yeah, bool ID status. Now Firebase data dot bool data. Okay, if I now we know that it's a boolean value, so it either contains a true or false. So now what it does is, if Firebase data or bool data, now this, if this gets the data from that from LED status, if it is true, so you can also try it as equals true. You can also do this, but since it's a boolean value, if this is true, it's it's gonna get into this if clause, right? So if it isn't, it comes here. So what I'm gonna do is, if it's true, digital right LED high, digital right LED oh. Okay, let me just compile it, and while it's being compiled, I'll go to my database. We created a database, and I don't know what happened. Anyways, okay, let me tell it as LED. What's that? Status. Wait, let me just go check it. Yeah, that's how we did it. LED status. True. I'm gonna write it true. Brightness. Yes, let it be. That's pretty fun. Okay. Oops. Okay. Now, if you remember, we told. Oh, 1 second. Okay. Okay, now I wrote this as true here. So if you remember, let me just like this. If you remember, we told the digital write LED to be turned off, so when it starts it's already turned off. So if it really gets connected to our database, it reads here, and if it once it sees the true, the LED it has to turn it on. So okay, once it's compiled, let's upload the code to our Nodemcu and let's check whether it works or not. And also this value has to change. And I'm connecting. Okay, it's compiled. And for some reason it doesn't accept my cable. Let me go find out another cable and get back. Just give me a few seconds. Okay, I got another cable and now I connected the Nodemcu. Okay, COM4 and uploading the code. Okay, now the LED has to turn on once it's connected to the Wi-Fi. Oh yes, and you can see that okay, the value is being written. Okay, it changes, and okay, the first part of the video of our thing is completed. So you can see that the values are being changed and also the LED is lighting. Okay, now we can go on and wait. Okay, now we can go on and build our app. So let's open up Android Studio, and I'm gonna click on new project, and yeah, empty activate. And you can see that I've clicked on API 18, and I'm gonna tell it as IOT tutorial. Oops. Okay. and I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna pause the video for a few seconds till these stuffs are being built. Looks like no, I'm not gonna pause. Looks like it's gonna be done here quickly. So it's taking some time, and yes, okay. Alright. Okay, the first thing we have to do is I keep forgetting this step because this is something I forget quite often, so I don't want to miss this golden opportunity that I remember it right now. So since we're using internet to communicate, we have to and yes, we have to add this line, and if you don't add, nothing's gonna work. So once you add it, then now we can go ahead, do whatever we are supposed to do. Okay, I'm gonna edit this thing first, our layout. I'm gonna delete this and put a linear layout because I don't like the constraint one. Gonna come here and type as right orientation as vertical. Okay, and okay, I'm gonna get rid of this hello world. Once this is being done, I'm gonna put a card view. Okay, it's being downloaded because it wasn't available. Okay, and also I'm gonna put a okay, I don't need anything. I need an image. I need an image button. Okay, before that I got this icon from Icon Finder. Okay, let me show you. I got that image from this website, so you can just go and download it. And I'm gonna copy and paste it. Come on. Okay. And I have that. Oh, and it has to be here. Okay. And I'm gonna rebuild it because we downloaded the card view just now, so I want that things to get settled, till it gets synchronized and settled. So let's see. Okay, it said okay. Now I can go on and I'm gonna put rack content here. And layout. Oh, hold on a second. Now the image button seems to be not what I exactly expected. I'm gonna go download another one. Okay, I'm gonna download this one. Okay, I don't know why it gets that gray thing, but anyways, I'm gonna put a horizontal layer inside the card view, and I'm gonna put two text view inside that linear layout. Let me just go modify. Let that be red. Okay. Oops, I'm gonna build it again. Nope. What's wrong with it? I can't edit this. I don't know why it happens. Nope. I'm gonna restart my Android Studio. Okay, got it there. Yeah, I'm gonna pause this till this thing loads up, so I'll be back once it loads. Okay, right. Now I think it might work this time. Let me just give it a check. Okay, yeah, I got it back. Background color, I'm gonna go with primary, and white top, layout margin top, let it be like 20 dp. Okay, and white layout margin start. Okay, and so let's say brightness, white text color, hash, margin start. Okay, so let me just put something like that. And white text size SP. Okay, we make it 20. Alright, and okay, let me now I'm coming to this because this is important part, brightness. Text, let me say it as, yeah, text, and let me do it as 3, and write text color, and write text size. Okay, and also let me put the symbol of percentage there to know it's out of 100. And okay, this part is complete, and then we have, let me call it just a button. Wait, LED button. Right, margin top. Yeah. Yeah. And okay, I think we've completed this part, and now we can move on to the Java. Okay. And I'm gonna say image button, LED button, LED button. So LED button equals find var.id.LED button. Okay. So text view. So brightness text. Text equals find view by ID. Okay, and I'm gonna introduce a boolean value, LED status. I think I'm gonna need a break here. I'll come back in as soon as possible. Okay, I'm back. Right, okay, boolean LED status. So by default it be false. And now what I'm gonna do is LED button dot set on quick listener new view dot listener. Okay, when it's clicked, LED status equals not LED status. So, and okay, now if it is turned on, it's gonna turn it off. If it's off, it's gonna turn it on. So what this part does is, if LED status, if it turns on, it's gonna do something, and if it turns off, it's gonna do something. So since we haven't connected our Firebase to the app yet, let's do the indication for these. Like at the moment, by default, if it's turned off, it's red. If it's turned on, it has to turn green. So let's do this part. Then let's go and do the let's connect our app to Firebase. Okay, LED button dot set filter color dot RGB. So if it's turned on, it has to, the color has to change green. So alpha is gonna be 255, red is gonna be 0, green is gonna be 255, blue is gonna be 0. And I'm gonna copy it. If it turned off, then this is gonna be 255, and this is gonna be 0. Now we have to connect our Firebase, to our app. So I'm gonna go and okay. Since we're doing an Android app, package name, I think I'm gonna copy it from here. Okay, name. Okay, register app. So now you have to download this. Okay. And I'm gonna read it as this. Copy it and you have to paste it. Click on project. You have to paste it here. Okay, let me just recheck it with whatever Firebase says me. So yeah, it's on the app, and yeah, you're right. And we did it. Go next. Okay. Checked. Alright, now I'm gonna come and Android. So in repositories, let me check. Yeah, it's already there, but so I don't have to do it again. So in dependencies, I have to add this. Okay. Then okay, I don't have to do this. So I'm gonna click on sync now. I'm gonna copy this. Yeah. Then I'm gonna move to this place and yeah, add that last code here and sync it. And once that being done, okay, let me just check even whether this is available. Google services. Oh, we don't have it, so I think we have to add that too. Again. Okay. Alright, we did all the necessary steps. Okay, now it's checking whether the app has communicated with Firebase. So I'm just gonna skip that step. And if you want, you can just try and install it on your device and give it a check. And once that being done, now tools, click on Firebase. Okay, real-time database. So we've already connected to Firebase, so now what it did was it automatically came and see it wrote this line for us on behalf of us, so we don't need to do that. It's done. Okay, now we have to do is copy both these lines and add it here. And what I'm gonna do is delete this. Is database reference. I'm gonna write LED status. Wait, yeah, LED status. And oops. Okay. Get reference from LED status, and I'm gonna introduce another database reference like brightness, and I'm gonna tell it as brightness equals database dot get reference brightness. Okay, and now I have to click a value event listener, because once the value changes it has to get updated. So what I'm going to do is value event listener and LED value listener equals new value event listener, and okay. This is for the brightness. And LED status dot add value event listener LED value listener and brightness dot add value event listener brightness value listener. Okay, and now we have to do what we have to do here is data snapshot. Wait, hold on. Data snapshot dot get value to string equals true. LED status equals true. and what I have to do is make it turn green. Else I copy it, false, if it's false it's going to turn it red, and yeah, I think we are good with here. And now on brightness, so on data change, now what we have to do is the brightness, it has to change in the app, you know, that we kept a place here. So this 73, this is for now, I just randomly wrote a number there. So this number has to change. So what it has to do is brightness text dot set text, and now it has to data snapshot dot get value dot to string plus percentage. Okay, I think that's it. Let me just go through it. Status get reference from brightness. Oh, we forgot one thing. Okay, on click here. So what we have to do is now, this is the main goal. When we press the button, what it has to do is, wait, what was the name there? LED status. LED status dot set value true, and else LED status dot set value false. Okay. Yeah, let me upload this to my phone and give it a check whether it works fine or not. Okay, you can see it uploading. It takes some time. Okay, app is being launched. Let me show you. Okay. Oops, there's a bug, and let's see why we had a bug there. Okay, that's alright, listener. Let me go and start this way. Nope. Okay, let me try it this way. Oh, okay, I don't know, the app, it crashes immediately when it turns on, so maybe I have a variable that I can't find what the mistake that I have done here. Let me pause the video here and find out what the mistake is, and I'll get back to you. Okay, I found out what the mistake was, and apparently the mistake was with this. You have to come to this place, click on Android and module app. Under this was how it was written in the previous version. So what you have to do is, I found out another version that works perfectly fine, and now it's 19.3.0. and now when I install it to my app, oh, I forgot to sync it. I don't know whether it worked or not. Now it's supposed to work. Okay, it's launching, and let me show the. Okay, now when you can see it, the value changes in the database, and when I press it, it becomes false. So the problem was with this particular line. So if you come across this problem, this version 19.3.0 works at the moment, but I don't know when you're doing this. This was a line that was automatically written by the program here, by Firebase, but apparently the one it wrote automatically had a problem. So the one working is 19.3.0. so if you get an error something like that, maybe you have to try this one. Okay, now let's see whether it works with our Nodemcu. I'm connecting my Nodemcu. And okay. Oh, wait 1 second. That's strange. Turn it on with my. Okay. Okay, it seems to work. So you can also see the brightness values being updated in real time. And I can turn it on, and when I press it, it turns on and it turns off. So and that's it. But I tried to make this video as short as possible, but it took me about an hour to complete it. So hope you enjoyed it. But I'll upload this the link for this project. But I'll be making small little change, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this JSON file, because at the moment it's connected to the Firebase of my account. So I'll delete this thing, and also the Arduino code I'm gonna delete all three of these parameters, and I'm gonna upload it to the description. So if you want, you can just download it and just fill it according to your database and your Wi-Fi, your password and everything. So once you download it, make sure you click on project and make sure you paste your JSON file under app. Just copy it and paste it. And now I'm gonna just delete it and just upload it to my GitHub page, and I'm gonna share the link with you so that you can download it. Okay, thank you for watching, and goodbye.